Hello, I'm Tom. You may know me from either blastprocess.com or Tom at Attack, a weekly gaming podcast I do with my good friend Matthew Boyle. And this video is a tour around my front room. Now, I've done game room videos before. To explain to those who don't know my background, I'm living and working in Denmark at the moment. I'm from the UK. I have a game room back in the UK. I don't have one here, but I do have a front room which has all the games that I've got in Denmark. And that's not the whole collection. That's actually a small portion of what I've got. It's out here in Denmark, but I thought it'd be cool to show you this kind of alternative setup I've got here. And this is the setup I use most. This is where I spend most of my time. So we'll start over here with some shelves to store games. Not just games actually, in fact the majority of this is films, Blu-ray films over the top couple of shelves there. And then yes, all my box games here. These Wii titles were all picked up in Denmark. Since moving over here to Denmark, I purchased a Wii U, and that's my Wii U collection right there. There's some great games on Wii U. Regularly play Mario Kart 8, which is there. Also Call of Duty Black Ops 2, which I picked up. It's a very affordable game to buy, and there's still a good community online on it. Splatoon was a more recent purchase, and enjoying that. Here's some PS2 games I picked up in Denmark. A few notable pickups actually. A couple of bargains. This is probably the best bargain. King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match, 20 kroner. And for those not familiar with how much that is, that's about £2. £2 British pounds. This is worth a lot more than that. So that was a real good find. Also, Bloody Roar 4 was a game I can never find in the UK, never find it on eBay either. But for 79 kroner, that's actually a very affordable copy of Bloody Roar 4. Been meaning to pick it up for a long time. And actually, Matt found that for me at that price, so that was really great. So, they're the box games. Actually, there's a few more box games down here. So it goes from some Blu-rays into my PS3 collection. These are all the games I've got here in Denmark boxed for PS3. I've got quite a few more. If you see my last gaming video in the UK, I've got a few more back there. And then I recently picked up a PS4, and that's my 4 PS4 games. And some 360 games also picked up here in Denmark as well. Majority of these, again, back in the UK. So that's where I keep my box games for current formats. Over here, this is the gaming setup. So there we go. Excuse some of the mess, but I've everything I need here in Denmark. You know, Wiimote, PS4, PS3. Down here I've got a couple of arcade sticks for the 360 and PS3. Now I used to have a 360 here. I don't anymore, even though there's still a few games here. That actually went back to the UK, so can't play 360 games at the moment. Down here, there's a few odds and ends, headsets. Kind of useless Wii U headset I mean. Every time I play Wii U online, I just use Skype. And there's some more things on here, controllers and such. The PS2 controller I picked up is pretty much as good as new. Very affordable in GameStop. I think it's about, again, £1 to £2, 10 to 20 kroner. Great, and I picked the memory card as well, and there's a few other little odds and ends. Plenty of Wii controllers in there for some multiplayer. Things like Mario Kart, of course. A closer look at the setup here. Actually, I'll start with a few other games here. Now, you may remember from my last Game Room video that I talked about, I brought a load of games over to Denmark. A load of discs, actually, to be more precise. And this is how I brought them over. PS1, PS2, Wii. Well, there we are. So that's how I keep them. There's Xbox 360 and PS3 there. And the rest of these folders contain movies, which, you know, and I think some CDs down at the bottom there. So, yeah, I think each one of these, they hold quite a lot. I can't remember exactly how many discs, but these are full, which is pretty cool to be able to have access to all that collection, even though I do tend to just gravitate towards the Wii U just lately, which is here, and the PS3, PS4, sometimes PS2, which has come out here. There's some records, record player, not game related, but nice to have nonetheless. And over here, a few gaming posters you may have seen. This is my retro setup here. So I have a lovely comfy chair right here. This is a very, very comfy chair, trust me. And what have I got here? So it's my Mega Drive 2. I have Mega Drive 1 back in the UK. I use the Mega Drive 2 over here. I have it connected by SCART here, and that's good quality picture out of it. There is my UK PAL Saturn with the action replay cart, so I can play imports on it. Here's a really cool N64 little game rack that I got, and you just fold this back. It's a bit awkward to fold back, and I won't do it right now, but it's full of N64 cartridges. There's a GameCube, a nice black one, purple one back in the UK. There's my original N64, and this doesn't have an expansion pack in it because that's reserved for the one back in the UK, but I can still play the majority of games on that. And lovely 6-button Mega Drive controllers. Over here is this few other games, a few of the box games. There's the GameCube games and a big box American Saturn game, which I can play obviously using the action replay. Down here is just some CDs, music, and I've got a couple of boxed handheld games here, and a few loose N64 games that fit in the rack. Daft Diddy Kong and Lego Racers, and here Macro Machines 96. Brought that over to Denmark especially because we had a really fun gaming night where we played some great classic multiplayer retro games. Of course, Macro Machines being one of the very best. Here's the majority of my Japanese PlayStation collection. I'm going to need to take these back to the UK now because I've got no way to play them here in Denmark. And down here is some regular PAL PlayStation games I've picked up while I've been in Denmark. I'll tell you one to avoid. Spawn, the Eternal. Looks very cool. Didn't cost me that much, by the way. And but it's not. 25 kroner was far better spent on King of Fighters 98, I have to say. So there's some Mega Drive games here. Again, I've picked up since coming over to Denmark. Matt got a huge Mega Drive haul, and I bought a few off him. Those being Balls, Brutal Paws of Fury, Bubba and Sticks, Decap Attack, James Pond 3. The rest I've picked up myself, I think. Actually, Matt helped me get this as well. He bought a bundle, Mega Drive bundle, which had this in with Captain Havoc, which is fantastic 2D platformer. Well worth picking up and playing that one. Justice League Task Force, it's a fighting game, into fighting games. Thought I'd try that one. This is a recent pickup from Ruben and Bobby in Copenhagen. Garfield Caught in the Act for a very affordable 80 kroner. Yeah. You may notice a lot of Lego on display. I am in Denmark, home of Lego, so there is quite a lot of that littered about the place. So you get the idea of scale. It's a huge room. massive place. Pretty much, there we have it. That was my front room / game room here in Denmark, and stay tuned because I'll do a little update on the gaming room back in the UK very soon. So thanks for watching and game on!